Good morning, it's Monday, so I've got a couple book talks for you. I was just talking this morning, I keep telling myself, I don't want to read anything really serious or really heavy, and then I keep picking up books like the ones that I picked up this last week. I actually finished 2 audiobooks and 1 book in print. This one, I think I started first, Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, and it's billed as a sci-fi thriller. Well, it's actually, a lot of it is a love story, okay? And that's the part that really got to me in this particular book. It's about this man who, he could have had a promising career in science. His wife could have had a promising art career, but when they were dating, when they were in college, she got pregnant and they decided to kind of put their careers on hold and get married and raise the child. Well, the premise of the book is that the multiverse exists, and every time you make a decision, a different reality is created in which you made a different decision. Well, at the beginning of the book, the main character has gone to celebrate or congratulate his friend who has won this prestigious award for his scientific achievements, and on the way home, he is abducted, and he wakes up in a world in which everything is slightly familiar yet completely different. He goes home, and he wakes up in his home, which is not his home. His wife is not his wife. They never got married. And I don't want to tell you too terribly much about it, but basically he is trying throughout the book to find the world that he actually belongs in and get back together with his wife and son. And there are parts of this book where I was describing it to people earlier this week. It's one of those books that it's talked about the whole time that was just emotionally devastating. Okay, so if you're not into emotional devastation or people being ripped from their loved ones or struggling to get back to their soulmates, then you probably won't want to read it. But if you do enjoy that sort of thing, if you like a good heart-crushing read every now and again, then Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, it was really super intense. So that was good. Another one, in between that audiobook and the next audiobook, I read Girl Man's Up by Girard, and you see it's got a nice award sticker here. It was a Morris finalist. That's an YALSA award for a debut author, so this is her first book. And it's another book that I talked about the whole time I was reading it. A lot of exploration of the idea of gender norms and conflict between traditional family values. The main character, her parents are from Portugal. They live in Canada, and she has always kind of idolized her older brother. He's always been there for her. She has always felt more connected to him than really anybody else in her family. Her parents they're the kind of parents that are always telling you what you're doing wrong. Okay? You're never doing anything right. You're always doing everything wrong, and why can't you do this, and why can't you do that? In particular, why can't you just be normal? Why can't you just be girly, or a girl be girly? And she's never felt that way. But in the story, she comes to really, God, I'm having a hard time explaining exactly what I want to say here. But anyway, she comes to accept herself and her place in the world. And there's a lot of talk about, like, you should really be able to look in the mirror and see you, even if that is not the you that other people think you should be. Whose business is it really what you look like and what you choose, how you choose to present yourself to the world other than your own? But it was great. Girl Man's Up. And it was funny because I saw this weekend a video that's been shared called 10 Responses to the Phrase Man Up. And it's interesting to read this book about a girl who is manning up. She's both dresses masculine, but she also also explores the idea of taking responsibility, standing up for yourself, standing up for your friends. So I really enjoyed it, and I recommend it to everybody. And lastly, I listened to this entire audiobook yesterday. Take Notaro, I'm Just a Person. It's a little bit less than 6 hours long, and it is the funniest book about having your mother die, being diagnosed with cancer, having a horrible, painful, terrible disease, breaking up with your girlfriend. those all sound like horrible things, and they really, really are horrible, terrible things, painful, awful situations, but yet, as dark as it is, it also made me laugh out loud, and I couldn't turn it off, so, until it was done. But anyway, so, all of those, not sure if you guys will want to read any of those things, but, well, I enjoyed all of them, and Miss Quarter's not here today, but tomorrow we'll try to get her book talk. We'll see you on Thursday with a tip.